I'm Betty Banjak, and this is Look Who's Cooking. And today my very special guest is Mark Turestsky. And we're going to jump in real fast because Mark's going to do a 3-course meal in a half hour.
We're going to try to.
No, we're going to do it.
All
we're
right.
going to do it,
All right.
okay? So let's start.
Okay, since I really don't know how this works, turn on the heater. There we go. Get that nice and hot.
Oh, no. Oh, it's
There we go. Okay, the first...
It's nice to be wanted.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to mess with it. The first thing we're going to prepare is a carrot and parsnip soup. And we're going to start by getting the pan nice and hot. And you could make this with butter or you could make it with olive oil. I like to use olive oil. So we're going to put some olive oil.
It's healthier.
It's healthier.
That's what they say.
And it's probably just as good for you as butter, just tastes a little different. Also, if you want to keep it vegetarian, you'd use the olive oil. Now, what I've done is take 4 carrots, a parsnip, and when you go to the supermarket, folks, remember parsnips. It's one of those vegetables you see and never buy, but it adds a nice flavor to this soup. And I also have some celery, and because of the time limitations, I've cut it and chopped it up and pre-parboiled it a little bit so it would cook faster so we can do all this in a half hour.
It's actually gorgeous when you parboiled it.
Looks good, very colorful. Let's get it in the pot. That's nice and hot.
See that sizzle?
Yep, looking good. All in. What you want to do with that is cook it. We lost a carrot. Cook it so it browns a little bit. You want it to burn up a little bit, so you carbonize it and makes it nice and sweet. And we want to season it a little bit. I like bay leaf because it gives it a nice
fragrance. But do you remember to take that out before you serve it?
Yes, yes, because as you know, I am Mark Turestsky, attorney at law. I sued a restaurant where they left the bay leaf in and it choked somebody. So take the bay leaves out.
It sticks to the top of your throat.
That's right.
And it chokes you no matter what you try to do.
So put it in there and it'll flavor things up a little bit. And then later on, another seasoning that we want to put in, you could put some curry powder in if you wanted to have it a more spicy or kind of a summery flavor, I think. And then if you put some nutmeg in for wintertime, it gives it a nice flavor too. So you want to brown it up. Let's see how it's doing. Yep, it's looking good. Get nice coated with the oil. And the next thing we want to do, let's let it cook a little more. Okay, that's good. Let that cook a little. Now we're going to use a little parsley in it when it's over, so let's just cut the parsley or mince it up.
Now is this parsley Italian parsley?
Absolutely. You only use Italian parsley.
Oh, excuse me.
Because the other parsley is nice for decoration, but it really doesn't have that much flavor.
I like the taste of regular parsley.
Well, I do too in a pinch.
Well, but I mean, I really do. I find, like it in salads and stuff, I just like the taste of celery.
I think this is better. Very good. And that's another thing. Go get some herbs in the supermarket. See what I'm doing? I kind of like to bunch it up. And when you slice it, it comes out nice.
Little pieces.
Nice.
I think that's called chiffonade.
Chiffonade.
Yeah.
Chiffonade would be if you rolled it up. Like if you had...
but you could roll this.
You could roll that because it's little leaves.
But it comes out with the same result.
Okay, that looks good. Let's see what's doing over here in our pan. Okay, that's right. It's getting a little brown on the bottom.
Oh, it smells great.
Now, to make the soup, we've got to cook it in some liquid. So I have some chicken broth that I made with a bouillon cube, which
it's good.
Wasn't too difficult. So let's put that in here. And we'll let that cook. And then we'll come back to it a little later and make a soup. Now, I didn't put any salt or pepper in this because I think the bouillon has probably got enough salt in it. And you could use a vegetarian bouillon too. I don't think you'd want to use like a beef bouillon or something. You wouldn't want to cook it in fish stock.
You're not going to use this right now, are you?
No.
I'll move it right in front of me.
Okay. The next item for today is our chicken marsala. So the first thing I want to do, and before I do that,
chicken.
Can we make this boil, or I'm just being a little impatient with it?
You're a little impatient,
Okay,
I think. I think
there
you're
we
worried
go.
about the time.
Okay.
Don't worry about
Okay,
the
well,
time.
Slow down a little
I'll
bit.
tell you when.
Okay. Let's do the chicken marsala. And the thing with the chicken marsala is we've got to do a little prep work first. So the first thing, I have these 2 nice chicken breasts, and I kind of pounded them down a little bit to make them thin.
You have to know, I came in the studio and I saw Mark with the pot pounding on the chicken breast, so you can do it that way.
Right. And another thing, because of the limitations of the studio, I have just some plain, ordinary flour, put it in my bag like that, and I'm going to powder these chicken breasts. We'll put them in here, give them a nice dusting. And you know what? How about a piece of paper towel?
Sure, I'll get you the paper towel.
Let's see. Dust them off. Very good. So we've got our chicken breast, and it's looking real nice. And we'll take this one.
Oh, it does look nice.
And by doing it in the flour bag, you don't mess up the kitchen. The chicken doesn't contaminate all the other things you have around the house.
Yeah, that's true.
Always,
Everyone's so worried about that now.
See programs about chicken contaminating America. And you do this, you throw it out.
Right there.
Throw it out right there. So our chicken's ready, and let's get some of our vegetables up and running. Let's get the cutting board out here. Now this chicken marsala recipe, maybe we would have hit that
You
burner.
want to hit this?
Yes. Get that nice and hot for us. Okay, now we have some mushrooms, and we're going to slice up these mushrooms. I think this recipe didn't come out of a book. I just kind of made it up as I went.
An original.
It's an
Mark
original. It's the way I like it, the way my wife likes it. So
well, that's important. Why would you eat it
you're stuck
the
with
way
it,
you
folks.
won't like it?
Yes, it's got all my favorite ingredients in it. So get these mushrooms. That pan's getting nice and hot. The soup is going good. Just let that cook. Okay, look at these mushrooms.
They're nice mushrooms.
Very nice. And just
What else are you putting
parsley.
in there?
Red pepper. It's always nice to have some red pepper. Let's do the red pepper. Get that out of here.
I like red pepper. I like green peppers, but red peppers,
Smell that red pepper.
yeah.
You could bite into it like
Like that guy on
the guy. What is his name?
Iron Chef.
Iron Chef. Yes.
He uses a yellow one.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what that means.
Someone would tell him about apples. I think you know.
He got mixed up.
Yeah, it's the apples you bite like that. Okay. Now I see our soup is burling up here. That looks good. Let's stir that up. And we'll do this half of the pepper. Every now and then the peppers are very expensive. So you
Oh,
lay
the red
off
and
the
red,
peppers.
the yellow, and the purple.
Right, but
They're really expensive.
having a sale. So let's lay these down. Let's just slice them up.
I like roasted red peppers.
Roasted would be good. There, look, this comes out real nice. Just some strips here. Now that pan should be about 10,000 degrees by now. Do you want to lower that a little bit, Bet?
Excuse me. It's lowered.
Okay.
Someday we'll have a real stove.
One of these days.
Yeah, but it's got us through a year of being cooking.
Well, you know, you ought to talk to Comcast about that. Throw in a refrigerator. That would be nice.
Yeah, but we actually were filming here at the high school. Comcast isn't our sponsor, other than they show the show on the Comcast out of Plymouth meeting.
Okay, we got our prep work all done. Try to keep it niche. Look at that. Looks like
Oh,
the
you're so
flag.
neat.
Somebody there. Okay.
You must be a lawyer.
We're
I
neat.
say that. You have to tell me the rest of the name.
My firm.
Wait,
my
no,
firm,
I mean, it's Miller, Turestsky, Rule, McLennan, but that's all the further I know.
It's you're all wrong. It's Miller Dietrich, Turestsky, Rule, McLennan, and Young.
Who's
And
Dietrich?
Dietrich's my partner. We moved and merged with the firm of Dietrich and Young in June. And we're in Plymouth Meeting now, and we were in Norristown for almost 25 years.
Yeah, right by the
I was.
courthouse.
All right, we'll talk about that later because this pot's
Well,
ready to
hurry
blow.
up, go.
It's too hot. Lower it down
You
a
want
little
it
bit
lowered
for me.
again?
Yeah.
It's lowered.
It's lowered, okay.
Better put something in it.
Okay, let's put this oil and see if we blow this joint right up. There we go. A little oil. We're going to saute our chicken. This is going to be real nice. And I didn't put that much oil in. Looks like about a tablespoon or so. And we'll move it around. That's just what I want. Nice and hot. And let's lay these chicks in. There's one and two.
When this starts cooking.
I almost got the cameraman there. Did you
Yeah.
catch that action? You got a little flare
I saw
up.
Seth, he sort of jumped back a
There
little.
we go. Okay, that's looking nice. Back to our soup. You're going to saute that. Let's let this go for a while. Now, wait till you see how fast this is.
He doesn't trust my timing. That's why he keeps looking at his watch.
I know. What else do we have to do? You might want to put a little salt and a little pepper.
I love pepper.
Yeah.
The cracked pepper.
That's the way to do it. It's worth all the aggravation.
Do you need a fork?
Got one.
Oh, you got a fork.
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, getting nice and brown. Like that?
Everybody's
looking
going to,
good.
everybody's going to be here after the show because the smell's starting to come out.
Now, sometimes I like these chicken breasts to be a little thinner because I'm going to cook it in the pan. And the one thing, I had the lid, what you might want to do to make it, to keep the chicken hot and cook it fast, put the lid on there, and that keeps the heat in there, and it cooks it real nice. Now, at this point in time, let's add our vegetables.
Okay.
That's a little demonstration. And let's do our peppers and our mushrooms. Okay. One last mushroom. Okay. And I put the vegetables in after the chicken do a turn, and they'll cook up real nice. Let's put the lid on, and let's make our soup. Let's give that time to cook. Now our soup has been cooking, the vegetables, the bay leaf, and let's take the bay leaf out. You want this bay leaf?
No, put it,
Okay.
throw it away. They're pretty cheap. bay
Right.
leaves.
It's not worth the trouble to reuse bay leaves. It isn't worth it. Now, let's turn this burner off that. And then we're going to turn it into soup. We've got our vegetables are nice and soft. And what we're going to do now is take a stick blender. Everyone should have one of these.
You told me you can tell me why.
I like it because it keeps down messing up pots. Let's take this towel. I like it because you don't have to pour it into a blender, and the blender always explodes. Let's see what's doing in here. Boy, this is looking good.
And they smell good.
Flip. Move some of this vegetables around. Yes, that's what you want. That looks good. Okay. Let's make our soup. And we'll take our blender. Pretty good, huh? And just pulverize it.
Try to get a little closer. Go ahead.
They want to
Yeah.
see this. Okay.
Yeah.
There. Now, you could add cream to this. You could add milk to it. I'm not going to add anything to it because I like it just like this. And it colors real nice,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is.
And it smells pretty good. And you want to get it good and cooked up. Get
I'm
it
gonna be
nice and
honest.
well blended.
I have one of these at home. I've never used it.
Yeah, but if you were to make a soup like this, would you pour it into a blender
Yeah,
or?
I know my food processor.
yeah.
I'm going to go get it out for storage. I got it real cheap. That's why I bought it.
I'll tell you,
Wow.
it's a little thick. If I had some milk, I'd put some milk in it. I don't. Let's just put a little water in here. That'll be fine. Because you want to have a nice kind of soup
It's gorgeous.
consistency. There, we're getting there. Nice and smooth.
was. I mean, that was just a matter of cooking on the side of everything else.
Okay, we blended our soup. I'm going to put this down here. Let's see what our consistency is like. It looks pretty good.
It's nice.
Really nice and hot. Now this is the magic moment. Do you want nutmeg in this, or would you like it curried up?
Oh, you pick.
Nutmeg. It's cold today. Throw a little nutmeg in there. Put too much nutmeg in. That'll be all right. Isn't that nice color?
It is.
Nice consistency.
And what are we gonna?
We're gonna put it in this bowl, but let's see what's doing under the lid.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's really cooking up.
Oh yes.
It's gonna be a real treat, gang.
Good. It's gonna be good, guys. Look at that. Okay. Didn't bring my ladle.
Okay.
Let's see.
There might be one here, but.
There's our soup. That's for you, Bet.
Can I taste
But we got to do a little parsley. And that's the soup. I'm going to see if it's any good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very good. And the parsley adds the...
Good. Didn't need salt either. Just
no, it's
very
just good like that.
Okay. Let's put that, keep it attractive looking. Put that down there. Here's our soup. Now, we got to get to work on this.
Yeah, because we have a dessert.
Because we got veal marsala. I lost something. Okay, our chicken looks nice and done. Let's take these chicken out of here and let's make our sauce. Now, I leave the vegetables in with the sauce. Some of you say, don't do it that way. I think it looks better that way. So here's what we're going to do with the sauce. We're going to deglaze the pan with marsala wine, which is why they call it
Marsala.
Marsala, right. We're not going to do chicken vodka or anything. And I make that sauce. It's going to cook down. See how that is? It's real good. Let's put them back in. Get them all nice. A little lemon, because I think it tastes good with a little citrus flavor in there. And
what else?
Another great product, capers. I like capers. Capers are one of those products that you see in the store and you say, do I really need capers? And the answer is probably you can live without capers, but I like them and they make a nice flavor.
You acquire a taste.
And
what do we have next in there?
Okay, that sauce is just the way I want it. If the sauce, you like a richer sauce, you could put butter in there. Okay, so let's get it all served up, and we'll see how it looks.
That, or it looks so good in the pan. Why don't you leave it in the pan?
It looks better on the plate.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This one, look how nice and brown that got. Isn't that good?
And how tender.
There we go. And, oops.
Boy, that chicken's tender.
Doesn't that look good? Okay, kids, dig in.
No. We got to finish the show before they can dig in.
That's the idea. That's the concept. Okay? And let's put a little sauce on here. Put this down. Move this. There we go. And let's turn the burner off. Very good. And make it look a little more appetizing. But there you go. There's our chicken marsala. And you tell me where we should put our chicken marsala. Let's put it next to the soup.
He took it away. I didn't taste it.
Oh,
I'll get it. I'll get it later. That's okay. Go on, because we have your dessert.
You didn't want to see the date on. No, the chicken's fresh. Here, taste it.
No.
Let's tell us if it's okay, if it's the genuine article. And then we're going to move on to something else.
I'll just take a little piece here.
I got to find that.
Oh, this is good. I know every week I say this is good, but I just have good guests and good cooks.
Taste of old Sicily. Very good. Okay.
I'm going to put this over here.
That's good. Now, let's do the apple pie that we're going to make today. The pie takes a little time, so what I did was prepare in a French apple tart pie ring, they call it. And,
is that the one that comes up?
Comes up. We'll take it apart a little later. And I made a pastry. It's sort of a sweet pie pastry, which is, if anyone wanted to know what's in here, it's a stick and a half of butter, cup and a half of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and some cold water to mix it all up. And I just make it in the food processor and roll it out, put it in, trim off the edges, bake it. I put an egg wash on it, which is why it has that nice yellow color. And then we're going to put our apples in. But to do that,
I wanted to ask you, are you going to make these recipes available for anyone that wants them?
Anybody wants them, they can talk to you, and I'll
yeah,
put them to you.
okay, fine. We'll have a sheet prepared, and at the end there's a graphic that'll tell you everything you need to know to get it. What
now,
do you need?
I need 4 apples. If they're big apples like this, 4 apples will be plenty. And
the Granny Smiths.
The Granny Smiths. How are we doing on time?
Oh, we're okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some time.
Everyone would like to watch me make this pie, especially the peeling part.
Oh, yeah, well, that's enough.
People like that.
Why don't you jump over to the ones that are peeled?
One peel, all right. Okay, you're going to peel your apple, and you're going to split them and core them. What I do is I just take the knife, core it out, so I have apples, but we have to make the slices, okay? Yeah. This is the trick. We're going to slice all these apples and just make slices. So this is a good time to talk about stuff, I suppose.
Yeah, you could talk about it as you slice, huh?
Yeah. Slice them all up. And save some of the little weird end pieces, because I'm going to show you what to do with those. Because we're going to make a little decoration. Yes. Straighten it out so you have a nice slice, and you want nice, round slices. And if you bring me another plate.
Another plate?
Yes. Because I like everything organized.
The plate went.
The plate went.
Oh, here's one.
Oh, there's a good one. Bring that over.
Here's a plate.
Yes. Okay. Just put our slices on this plate. A lot of slicing going on here. But this is the trick that makes it very attractive.
How often do you make this?
Every dinner. This is what we eat at my house.
Every day?
Yeah. No, it's really not that
no, I don't mean that. I think, gosh, I'm coming to your place for dinner more often.
It makes a wreck of the house. That's the problem.
Does your wife cook?
No. She cleans up after me. That's what she does.
Oh, that's even better. If you have a clean up after person, you're in good shape.
But I'm going to slice these up. See the little end pieces? Show you what we're going to do with those.
Why don't you start putting some in and then...
Okay, got one more to do.
Okay.
And I think we'll be in very good shape. Oh, I'm getting slow. You're rushing me. See, I like nice paper-thin slices. But here's what we're going to do. Here's our slices. These little bits, just chop them up. I'm going to make them chopped up apples here. Don't have to be any particular way. Just bring them into little pieces like that. And they are on the bottom of the pie, okay? So you have that. Then spread them out. Get them down there. Then with your apples, you're going to take them and fan them out like you would fan out cards, okay? And lay them around. This looks pretty weird, but when you see it come out of the oven, you'll definitely impress and mystify your friends. Save a couple pieces, end pieces, so we can make a little decoration at the end. And get the idea?
I got it.
Okay. Bring them all around.
Is this sort of like a puff pastry?
No, it's not a puff pastry. It's just what they call a sweet pastry. In France, I think they call it a pâté brisé. It's just a sweet pastry. And we bring it all around like that. And I need that other apple. Do I have time to do the other apple?
Well, I think we better
Better
just
move
show them.
along. Okay.
We made one. He made one earlier,
Okay.
not me.
So the idea is you bring this ring around of apples. And you really want it tight. You really want to have more apples than I have here. And then you got to get nice. You have to make like a rose design in the inside. See how pretty that looks? Next thing, very easy. Take your butter and you want to dot it. I put about 2 tablespoons of butter on here. That first one missed. Butter it all up.
He dotted the table.
Okay. Put about 2 teaspoons of butter all around. Looks real nice. Some sugar, about 3 tablespoons of sugar. Sweeten it up a little bit. See that? And then cinnamon. You want your cinnamon.
I think cinnamon is one of the most used.
It is. It's a wonderful smell.
Yeah.
It's great. And it's all ready. So here it is. You can see what it looks like, ready to go in the oven. You're going to put it in the oven for about 60 minutes. Preheat the oven at 400 degrees. And let me show you what it looks like when it comes out.
Okay. You okay there?
I'm okay.
We can bake that one.
Okay. Let's put a little burner on so we can finish this up. Here is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Okay? And what you have is the tart, and it looks a little dull, so you got to jazz it up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay? So let's put a burner up here and make a glaze, and it'll be beautiful. So let's put the glaze up there. Can you light that for me?
Oh,
Bet?
sure. I feel so important.
And what we're going to use for our glaze
There's a problem. It's not lighting.
we have
Oh, there it goes.
okay, this will take absolutely no time. We have a little pot, and we're going to take some ordinary
What do you want?
apricot jelly, a spoon.
Spoons are disappearing.
Okay. Apricot is going in, and this bottle has had it. And we really have to spend the time to decorate that because this is the one we're really going to eat. Okay?
Now, this is the one we're going to
We're going to eat this one. There's our apricot. Let it cook down. That's plenty. And what you want to do is flavor it. You could flavor it with some orange juice. You could flavor it with brandy or cognac. I'm just going to put in a little orange liquor, just a little bit. Cut it down. And let's mix that up. And that's melting down. And it's looking real nice. And how much time do we have to kill?
We have none to kill.
We have none to kill. All right, there it is.
We're waiting for the pear. No, apple. Can it be made with pears?
We could do pears. Pears have a little different consistency, but you could do pears. Now let's take our glaze. If you were really fancy, you would strain this. Take our pastry brush, and when you add the glaze, it just brings up the whole pie. It makes it shiny and sweet, and everybody loves it. And after you've cut all those apples and just laid them out like a hand of cards, you see how they all cook down, get cooked inside. And what I used here was the Granny Smith apples. And you want to get your crust. And folks, that's about it. So we have the glaze on, the pie is cooled, and then what you want to do is you can take it out of the pan, the ring, and there's your
tart
pie. It's all ready to go. Very simple ingredients. Little sugar, little butter, your pastry, plain apples. Looks like you could sell this for $20 in the bakery.
I bet
okay?
you could. I bet that's what it would cost in the bakery too. Well,
Okay,
listen.
do you want a slice of this?
Well, you slice. I'm going to thank you.
Say goodbye, Betty.
Yes, I'm going to
Thanks
say
for
thank you
having me.
very much.
It was a pleasure.
And you did it. You did 3 courses in 30 minutes, and we're very proud of you.
And here's your piece
And
of pie.
this is my piece of
There you
pie.
go.
Well, I don't have a dish.
Well, we're going to give
Put
you
it
a
down.
dish.
I'll get it when we're
doing
ready.
balancing act.
So we're going to go as you cut up the pie and divvy up the food. So this is Betty Banjack and Mark Turestsky for Look Who's Cooking, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.